to 129 and now at a career high 121. So we're hoping the next little patch of the tour can see Marinko have a little bit of success and maybe be able to get into the main draw of the French without having to go through qualifying.
Well, the direct cut-off is closing soon, so at least they'll have a few weeks out. You don't want to be on the cusp and hope that someone pulls out so you get a direct entry into the draw that way. He wants to get in. So we're looking at somewhere about the 90 mark, thereabouts, in terms of ranking, to be able to get direct entry through. So hope he can get there and take some confidence from this. But very impressed with Min-Hyeok Cho on Friday against Bernard Tomic. Solid from the back of the court, got a good serve. What he'll be looking to do is to keep it away from the Matosevic backhand. Despite getting off to that slow start in the doubles, one of the features was that backhand, the backhand return in particular.
Yeah, it's rock solid, isn't it? It's the shot he can really rely on, Marinko. Just wrapped to get the call up once again. Matosevic to this Davis Cup team. It's unfortunate is to have Leighton Hewitt out of the team. There's always a good positive story that comes out of someone not being able to take their place. And that's Marinko on the back of some really good form. Gets to represent his country again and hopefully make a good enough impression that the selectors sit down come September and have his name right in the mix.
Australia won the toss and elected to serve.
Well, the good run continues for the Australians. Winning the toss. Just a reminder too about that draw coming up on Wednesday to decide who'll play in those World Group playoffs. A 75% chance of Australia playing away from home. Countries to look out for: Italy and Canada, with the possibility of Kazakhstan. It'll be a toss of a coin.
Marinko Matosevic.
All the other countries like Germany, Switzerland are in there again. Sweden will be played away from home. Matosevic to get us underway in the final of the rubbers today. Carbon copy of the doubles yesterday. Great start.
15.
You see a lot of that. And the word of the day for the Australians is attack. They want to finish this off quickly.
Service action of Marinko. Pete, who does he remind you of?
30 love.
There's a clear standout.
Let's take a look. Maybe a former #1 in the world.
Yes.
Oh,
40 love.
magnificent success on a surface known as grass. Primarily.
Going well.
Just keeping this as cryptic as possible. We could stretch this out over the next couple of sets. Oh.
Game Australia.
Great start.
For a young Grand Slam winner.
First game.
No, that's Marinko Matosevic there.
So we are thinking the same person.
We are.
The great Boris Becker.
Yes.
Sure whether Marinko admired Boris growing up, but that service action instantly reminds you of Boris Becker.
So we're going all cryptic, talking about Wimbledon
For Korea
and
to set.
success there. And
Think we'll ever see a 17-year-old Grand Slam winner again. Went through a great patch, didn't we, on both the men's and the women's side, young champions.
Love 15.
won a couple of Australian Opens, of course. Boris. Multiple Grand Slam champion. One of the champions of the game. Does a bit of work during the year commentary-wise.
Well, I think doesn't he live around Wimbledon itself? I'm pretty sure, Boris. Because that's where we see him
Yes.
predominantly. Nice clean strike there from Matosevic across court. Seen them quite well here early.
Just missing. The ball was drifting.
There's Hill.
Katibi not going to entertain any sort of notions of changing the call.
40. That's it.
Nice serve from Cho. Chance to get on the board in this opening set.
That is like a cannon cross court. It's his favourite shot by far. They would just really lean into that ball. Rockets off the court.
Advantage Korea.
Swatting a fly. Marinko.
Certainly for Cho, this is a lift in tempo from his match on Friday. Different style of player, needs to adapt to. Marinko with the opportunity to see Cho in action up close on Friday to really study that game.
Advantage Australia.
You're talking about the comparison just in the serving style with Boris Becker, but apply that big serve to grass and follow up with a serve volley game, then might be tough to stop come Wimbledon time, particularly if you can get direct entry in. Style of game that could work.
Game Australia.
Most disappointing for Cho. 2 games to love now.
Australia leads 2 games to love. Love.
Forcing Cho to go for plenty on that forehand.
30-15.
Deep ball there from Marinko. It's been a fascinating journey. Maybe he's about to peak at 26 years of age. Couple of game points now for a 3-love lead.
40-50.
I remember speaking to Marinko about 2 years ago, might have been 3, might have been the 2010 Medibank International in Sydney. That was his first ATP event. Great serve out wide. 3-love, Matosevic opening set. He just come off playing obviously a year on the Challenger and the Futures circuit, where he made the remark that he just broke it even financially. It was a real struggle. But here he is, certainly with a much improved record and maybe on the verge of the top 100. Adrian Franklin's out and about. Where do we find you?
Well, I'm just over here, again, just parked behind the Korean team. Brett, we spoke in the previous game when Tomic was playing about his game style and the fact that we wanted him to perhaps ramp it up a little bit. Early stages of this one, Matosevic has certainly come out with a lot of aggression, and we can't underestimate the importance of this match for him in Davis Cup. He wants to be a member of this team over the next few years. He didn't play that well in the doubles yesterday, but if he can come out and really dominate and win this in 2 strong sets, then Pat Rafter, Tony Roach, these guys are going to have to consider him over the next coming years. Spoke to a couple of the members of the Australian team yesterday. They said Marinko was the best player throughout this week. He was winning all of the matches out on the practice court. So let's see if he can continue his aggression out here. We've spoken about his backhand. It is incredible. Let's hope he can dominate this, and the next few years he'll be a member of the Davis Cup team to come.
Indeed. Thanks, Adrian.
Adrian believes going to be completing the circle. He's done absolutely everything during this tie. He's been behind the cameras. He's done some vision switching. Been everywhere around the court. He's going to join us in the commentary box.
Yeah, in a few moments.
Lovely.
And I think the thing with Matosevic now, every time he steps out onto court, he and everyone watching him has the belief that he's in every match that he plays. He's just got a good, solid ball court game. We've seen it recently with the results in the US. Very rare that in the last 12, 18 months people have seen Marinko blown off the court. I mean, he's super competitive, long matches.
point for Cho to get on the board here.
40-50.
Well, as I said, it's effectively finished.
Game Korea.
It's a nice way to get on the board. Serve right down the tee.
Australia leads 3 games to 1.
199 clicks for that serve. Still Matosevic with a 3-1 lead here. Doesn't muck around either. Quick to get back into the service action.
Amazing what a win can do for your confidence. That match yesterday was
$15.
struggling in that opening set. Now pressure's off. Chance to really open the shoulders, really go for all of his shots.
$15.
Too good.
So Leighton Hewitt enjoyed that as well. And courtside every minute of every match. And we heard in that video package from the Newcomb Medal that just how much Davis Cup means to him. He's not playing, of course, this tie, but he's still here supporting.
There's no doubt as competitive as Leighton is, and he wants to keep playing. He has sort of started that phase of life after tennis with some little bit of commentary. So he's playing a bit of a mentoring role and support role this week, and really taking a few of the young Australian players under his wing. And
Cho just working his way back into the match.
30-40.
Well, his comments are fascinating. Every time Leighton gets into the commentary box, it's fascinating, his thoughts on the game. Such a student of the game as well.
Hughes.
This is a tactic that Cho's used in some of the Korean interviews, just slowing down the pace of the game. Take their time. It's working because Cho's the opportunity just to slow down. He's playing the game on his terms. He's settled in now. He knows what sort of tennis ball he's going to get back from Matosevic. To reflect and play more of his game. There it is.
Game, Korea.
Back on serve in this opening set. The final rubber of this tie.
Australia leads 3 games to 2.
Live on tennis.com.au. We'll take a break. Be back with more in a moment.
With MLC Tennis Hot Shots, kids are ready for tennis as soon as they can swing a racket. With modified balls, courts and rackets to make things easy, they'll serve, rally and score right away. Visit tennis.com.au today. Here at Pat Rafter Arena, we're on serve in this opening set. Min-Hyeok Cho. Enjoyed watching. As we heard from the Korean team manager, such a fascinating story with Cho not playing for a year because of national service in Korea. Now with that coming to a conclusion, a chance to travel the world. That's wonderful from Matosevic. Great all-round game today. Welcome into commentary. Just to complete the circle, he's done every other job imaginable, including getting us lunch. Adrian Franklin, welcome back to you.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure's all yours.
I'll only be here for a few games. I just thought I couldn't help it. It's the last rubber. Just wanted to come in and say hello.
You just wanted to sit down.
True. Yes, that is a question. I haven't answered it yet. We were just
The question is, what is a rubber?
What is a rubber?
Or why do they call it a rubber?
Yes. I haven't quite found out just yet, but we've still got a couple of sets to go today, so leave it with me. I will find out.
You're our research department as well. Right.
Catering, research department. This is a big moment, I think, right here, Pete. Matosevic came out early. He came out really aggressively, and he was missing nothing. But one of the questions we do have, we don't question his talent. We know how much talent he has out on the court, but sometimes it's just his concentration throughout the match. He can dip a little bit. And right now, we're back all square. He does have a break point, though.
Great court coverage by Matosevic. So another break of serve. We've gone break. 4 games to 2 now. What have been your highlights for the tie?
Well, I've loved the Korean fans. I think they've added so much to the tie. You've mentioned earlier that there is quite a large Korean population here in Brisbane. So they've come out in their droves. They've always been on the right-hand side there, right-hand side of the screen. that's been one highlight of mine. I think this sort of evolution of the Davis Cup team with Bernard Tomic, Matthew Ebden, you know, the fact that Leighton Hewitt, we all would have preferred him to be a part of this tie, but I guess it's a blessing in disguise, the fact that he hasn't been there. It's meant that Tomic and Ebden had to step up, and they have. It's quite, I mean, I was just thinking about it before, it is actually quite an exciting time in men's tennis in particular in Australia. We've got the guys like James Duckworth, Luke Saville as well, who obviously won the Junior Australian Open earlier this year. Got Ben Mitchell, who's the orange boy off to the side there. As that just goes long, and obviously we speak of Bernard Tomic, Marinko Matosevic out there, Leighton Hewitt. I still think he's got this year in him, and definitely next year I reckon he can go around again for another 12 months. I'm very excited at the moment about men's tennis in Australia.
Got an answer to your question.
You do? But that's not the way it was supposed to work. I'm supposed to get... Can you not answer it? At least let me answer it.
All right.
Can you pass that over?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll be in here for a few games, and then my priority, my task, is to get out there and answer the question, why rubbers in Davis Cup? What does it mean? Oh, he's got it all.
Great touch.
I reckon his two-handed backhand is my favourite shot going around at the moment. It is incredible. So simple. So effective.
Could save you about 20 minutes of work here.
No. No, you took the easy way out. You jumped on Google to find the answer. I'm not going to do that.
Why, what's your search engine of choice?
Well, we've got around Pat Rafter Arena today, we have a number of Davis Cup players, coaches, captains. I'm going to go and ask them.
It's Yahoo, isn't it?
I'm going to go and ask them. I'm going to tap Tony Roach on the shoulder. So back to game point here for Matosevic to take a 5-2 lead in this first set. Looks pretty calm out there, I reckon. He's feeling pretty good.
So 5 games to 2 now for Matosevic. Just look quite relaxed out there towards wrapping up this opening set, the final of the singles rubbers in this tie.
Yep. So you have asked me the question about my highlights. Can I pose the same question to yourself?
You can.
Go on.
I suppose I have to answer it as well.
What do you do?
Well, I, like you, have enjoyed watching the Koreans play. I think I've been pleasantly surprised by the way that they've come out and play. We didn't know what to expect, but their story has been so fascinating as well. Enjoyed watching Matt Ebden apply his craft, particularly his work around the net. It's great to watch him, still a work in progress, to make that rise up the rank, get inside that top 50. Enjoyed that, and of course the doubles yesterday, seeing the Aussies, on the like of Marinko Matosevic, who's down on confidence, is feeling the pressure after not the greatest of Davis Cup starts, to be able to turn that around and really grind out the win with Chris Guccione was particularly good to watch. And the fact that the team has been able to do it without relying on Leighton Hewitt. For all intents and purposes, looks like it's going to be a 5-0 result.
Adam.
Well, you mentioned Leighton Hewitt's name there. I mean, obviously he has been out on court, but I think he's done a fair bit of work in the lead-up off court. Spoke to Todd Woodbridge a couple of times throughout this week, and he said he's still taken that leadership role off the court, or else, although it's changed slightly. But he's been sitting up there at the end of the team bench for the past few days.
He has, and really cheering on the team.
15 all.
Of his calibre, he's been playing for such a long time. The experience that he brings to this team, as I mentioned before with Brett, such a student of the game.
Do you see someone hit a cleaner tennis ball at any point throughout the year?
Min-Hyeok Cho was just a smile on his face. He just watched that ball go by.
That was very impressive.
Thing is, Cho's been moved side to side, just way beyond the baseline. 2 set points now for Matosevic.
15-40.
Good to see him attacking in that fashion, though. I think he really cracked that backhand, and he could have stayed back, but he followed it in. He's very competent at the net with his volleys, that one just going long, but I still think he needs to continue playing in that fashion if he wants to crack into the top 100, which I reckon he will this year. I reckon he'll get into the top 100 and maybe even top 75. He'd have to be motivated by Matt Ebden and Bernard Tomic and the way that they've been going over the past year or so as well.
Absolutely.
Game and
Well, that's handing the first set there to Marinko Matosevic. 6 games to 2. The fifth and well, not so much the deciding rubber, it was decided yesterday. The final of the singles draws here at the Pat Raft Arena, the Davis Cup on tennis.com.au.
With MLC Tennis Hot Shots, kids are ready for tennis as soon as they can swing a racket. With modified balls, courts and rackets to make things easy, they'll serve, rally and score right away. Visit tennis.com.au today.
We're away in the second set. Matosevic serving. It's won the opening point. We welcome you back to Pat Raft Arena. There's tremendous acoustics in this arena as well, and just the ball coming off the racket, really like a cannon.
Thank you.
Just explosive sound.
Let's 15.
You're right, that actually does sound like a cannon. That was a very accurate description there by you, Pete. Congratulations.
Mark that down the stat sheet, the first bit of praise for the weekend.
15-14.
Such a contrast, this match, to the one prior to this. And Tomic was moving the ball around creatively, but certainly not going for any shots right now. These two guys in the back of the court, they are absolutely giving the ball a belt.
Go, Korea.
So an early break, opening game of this second set. Just looking ahead in the calendar too, we've been talking about where the players will
First
travel
game,
to
second
after
set.
this. Well, obviously a lot of it based on clay over in Europe. The big event, Monte Carlo Masters, starting on the 15th of April. There's a 500 series event in Barcelona, also in April. Tournaments around Europe. Then, of course, the Madrid Masters, then the Rome Masters, heading into Roland Garros. And then from there, obviously onto the grass and then into Wimbledon and the Olympics as well. For the US Open on the 27th of August this year.
15.
Certainly a year-round sport, tennis. Does not stop. But yeah, we hope that Marinko can lift that ranking up into the top 100 and then start getting direct entry into a lot of these tournaments, these bigger tournaments. Because we have seen, obviously, Indian Wells he made the final of. We've seen he can perform out there on the big stage. Probably wasn't the right shot to go for there. He went over the highest part of the net and didn't quite get low enough on that slice backhand. I reckon if he can, when he's in position, he should always try and go for that two-hander.
Let's proceed.
Important for Marinko just to remain focused here.
30.
Wanting a straight sets result. And deserves a straight sets result too, the way he's played the last couple of days. Fanatics have not moved all tie.
They do have a great work ethic. You can't question that.
I want to know the secret to looking after your voice, to be able to keep it the same volume for 3 days.
30.
Well, they have consumed some liquid throughout the past few days. So I suppose that's assisted, perhaps. Water, obviously, the Powerades, the energy drinks. Oh, that's a big miss.
He initially lost his footing, wasn't sure which way it was going. Looking for a call.
40-30.
So just midway through that point, he threw his hands up.
Important to stay focused here.
Well, great pick up at the net from Matosevic, but Cho up to the challenge. He is building in confidence now. 2 games to love. And this is the second set.
Korea
And
leads
this is the
2
best
games
of
to love.
3-set match. The dead rubber.
Out.
It's just as called in by the linesman. The umpire's just overruled and Marinko not happy. Pat's having a look. Beneath the chair umpire there, so
Yeah, had good view of it.
yep. So right now, Marinko, he's one break down and he's just lost a little bit of concentration here.
Get the first one. Go away, we've got to get to that second ball. A great effort though from Cho at the back of the court. Full stretch.
15.
He's quick.
Put up the high lob.
He's like a rabbit out there going from side to side. All the Koreans have been very impressive with their movement.
The thing is, for Cho, he really does want to win this.
30,
Put
50.
career on the board. More of that speed.
40, 15.
Yeah, well, it's tough when you know your opponent can move so well from side to side or moving forwards, even moving backwards. It just forces you to add a little bit extra onto your strokes, and that can force an error.
All part of the learning experience. Matosevic here. So he's working hard with the Australian team.
Has Pat done his hair today? Just not sure about that.
I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, Australia.
On the board. Still Cho with the break. 2-1 in this second set. Final
Korea leads
singles
by 2
rubber.
games to 1.
Davis Cup tie by BNP Paribas.
It certainly is. We've been left with no doubt about that.
Just a reminder too that Wednesday morning London time, the draw will come out for the World Group playoffs. Australia chance to play at home if they draw Italy or Canada and maybe Kazakhstan. It'll be decided by the toss of a coin. But every other nation, so Germany, Sweden, Switzerland, just some of the countries that Australia could be visiting.
Yeah, so Canada would be tough. Obviously, Milos Raonic there. He'd almost go into both singles favourite, if not on par with Atomic or Hewitt, Matthew Ebden, whoever was going to play.
Time.
So yeah, a 75% chance of playing away.
Good run of home ties, three in a row.
Yes. Although not overly successful, unfortunately. It'd be great to get back in that world group. Very special. Given that first point up there, Cho. And he's just chatting to himself there. It was an unforced error. Big point here.
15 all.
He just jams him up with that first serve. And another first serve straight down the middle. And the Korean supporters very pleased with that. They've all filed back in again for this third day. Good return there by Matosevic. He just made him play.
We saw that yesterday in the doubles, that they were to get that ball nice and low. The player coming forward up to the nets.
He does want this, doesn't he, Cho? You can tell.
40-30.
To some extent, they don't really deserve to leave Brisbane without a victory, you have to say. I think it would be just rewards. Do we go to a, if it's one set apiece, are we tie break in the third?
Third set.
Yep.
Won't be a champions tie break though. They will play a proper set, but it won't be an advantage set.
Okay. He got there again, but that was too good. Just again moving around the court like a small rabbit.
Well, one of our famous Australian players was known as the Rabbit. Wendy Turnbull.
Of course.
For movement around the court, so fast around the court.
So yeah, it's not a bad description actually.
Wendy, member of the Australian Tennis Hall of Fame.
Indeed. Just too good there.
Yep, members of the Korean team on their feet. Just willing their man on.
Advantage Korea.
He's giving it absolutely everything.
This is the stage of the match where Marinko, he needs to dig in. It's tough out there. Cho's not giving him anything. He's moving well. Needs to dig in.
Game Korea.
And he's enjoying it out there as well, which is the important thing. Min-Hyeok Cho, 3-1 in the second set.
Korea leads 2-1.
Got a game on our hands here.
Absolutely.
So just an unforced error off that backhand side of Matosevic there. There you can hear his team members off to the side, just cheering him on. Come on, mate.
There's an all or nothing shot, really. And this challenge will be good for Marinko.
Love 30.
Come out, positive frame of mind, and race through that first set, but now he's being pressed. How's he going to respond? Great jamming serve. Straight at the body.
15-30.
I think he's just expecting some of these strokes to be hit for clean winners, but as we've mentioned, Cho moves from side to side extremely well. So he might need to just change his game up a little bit here, Marinko.
Going to send you on your way in a moment, Adrian, to find out
30 all.
why we have the term rubber used in Davis Cup competition.
Yes, well, you can feel the suspense at the moment, to be honest. I think all of our viewers out there can't wait to hear the answer to that one.
Well, I can't wait to see what you come up with.
Will be interesting.
(30-40).
Another break point for Cho.
This set is quickly running away from Marinko at the moment. It's a big first serve here.
That's wide as well.
Game Korea.
Another break. 4 games to 1 now for Korea. Adrian, go and find out the answer.
Korea leads
Okay, off I
by
go.
4 games
Back
to
in a bit.
1.
We'll take a break.
Australian Open shop. Doors are open. Let's go shopping. Whoa, the official player towels. I gotta have one. These are the real deal. Sun's a scorcher. Need a hat. Perfect. Ah. Balls, and more balls. Something for Mum. Yeah, thanks. Friendly stuff. Ah, retail therapy.
Go away, sister, uprise and shine. We'll do our running in the morning time. And here we go, 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 go. Last one out's gonna jump the gate. And Cupid never hesitates. So here we go, go, go.
Welcome back to Pat Rafter Arena, and a bit of a challenge here in the second set for the man returning serve, Marinko Matosevic. Good first point, getting into the net.
Love 15.
6-2 in the first, but it's being all Cho in the second. 4 games to 1. Applauds all round from the Korean bench.
15 all.
Any tennis player would be happy to hit a shot like that. Sweetly off the racket, and no surprise that Cho is taking it right up to Marinko here.
(15-30).
You're enjoying the coverage. This magnificent arena, home of the Brisbane International and Davis Cup ties from time to time. frustration for
30.
Marinko in this second set after getting through the first set comfortably, 6 games to 2. Much better from Marinko. Taking that ball early, and he's favoured cross-court backhand. Some real bite on that shot.
30-40.
So breakpoint opportunity here to get it back to 4-2. Good exchange at the net. Cho too good on that occasion. Gets it back to Juice.
Deuce.
Serve at
Advantage Korea.
175, but the placement down the tee was superb. Beautifully done again by Cho.
Korea.
A game away from taking just the second set off the Australians in this Davis Cup tie.
Korea leads 5-1.
Of course, it was the doubles pairing for Korea yesterday who won the opening set against Marinko Matosevic and Chris Guccione. A big chance to try and get this to a third set.
$15.
For every point, Brett, Cho, but come on.
15.
His team's up and about. I want to finish this tie on a good note.
Yeah, no team wants to go home with a clean sweep against their name.
Just a reminder too, this is only the best of 3 sets, with the tie being decided yesterday.
$30-15.
So just a few loose shots from Matosevic now. He allowed Cho to steamroll his way through the second set. Just long from Cho. Some good bite in that second serve from Marinko Matosevic. So a game point on his serve here to make Cho have to come out and serve for the second set.
Good Australia.
He went for everything. It was just wide, and Australia hang on in this second set. It's still the Korean.
Korea leads 5-2.
Cho leading at 5 games to 2 after Marinko Matosevic took the first 6-2.
And that's a prospect for Pat Rafter here as to what he's going to say to Marinko Matosevic. Just see on the other side of the umpire's chair the discussion that they're having at the moment. There are some of the Korean fans who have been enjoying the last couple of days. Received good support. It's not a full house by any stretch of the imagination, but I can tell you it is quite noisy in here at the moment.
Yeah, the support certainly doesn't waver for the Australian players at Davis Cup level 8. Great passionate support right through every match, whether they're up or down. At the time when Marinko probably needs it most.
$15.
Finally, he says to himself.
15 all.
The afternoon goes on, it can be tricky just in terms of the shadows coming across the court. We saw that on Friday.